Grand rising, beautiful people. Grand rising to my kindred spirits. And for those who are new, I welcome you too. Here we are again with another self-discovery. In this one, we want to delve in deeply to self-study. The reason why I chose this is because it's like a diary or journal towards my self-healing. And I, again, am sharing that with you. So I want you to keep in mind, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. But what I do, maybe I shouldn't say but, yet what I do is I bring to you a bunch of my experiences and research and knowledge base, share this with you just to give you some ideas of how you may go about your own self-healing and come up with your own ideas. It's just to incite or trigger your own creative creations that's already there, stored within you, awaiting for you to discover your own self-healing. Now, remember, each and every one of us, we're different. So our self-healing or our healing may be different. We may not think to go within ourselves to heal. We may need the help of another person, face to face, or we seek out information on the World Wide Web or in books, or just in our own life experiences. So right now, like I stated, I'm going through through my own self-healing. And while I'm on my journey, I'm going through my own triggers and traumas. Things are coming up, and I am being tested and retested and examined and going through the final exams right as we speak. So I had something else planned for us, but about 2 or 3 o'clock this morning, and today is, what is today? Today is Thursday, December 15th, 2022. So within this week, this past week, I've had some experiences that brought about, let's say, it brought about some changes within myself. It made me realize that I need to become more grounded and stamped within who I am and set boundaries and really pay attention. Because like I'm going to state, they're your own family, your friends, people you're in relationships with, no matter what those relationships are, however those relationships are, will come up against you to test you, to see if you are ready and confident within yourself and have the courage to move forward with your own life. Because even though we come into this world, we come through our parents and not to them. Because at some point in our own lives, we have to live the life and travel our own journey for ourselves. So I will not prolong this, but I do encourage you, if you value this information that I bring to this platform and you find it helpful for yourself or someone you know, please share it. Also, subscribe so that way you will stay abreast of whenever I upload a new video. I do my best to upload videos each week, once a week. And when I can't upload it once a week, I'll be sure to try to do so the next week. You have to remember, I am sharing my experiences. So if I miss a week, it's because I'm still doing some soul searching. I am still on my path, or I'm going through some things and I needed to take a moment and step away to analyze what I'm going through to be able to bring that to you. I want to be fully exposed. This is why I invite you to leave comments and ask questions. If you're not brave enough to leave them at the bottom in the comment section, I welcome you. I have at the end of my video contact information, and you can speak with me in private, and I will make it a topic of discussion without mentioning you and still keeping your information confidential. So now let's move on. Okay, so as we learn more about ourselves, interactions with others are very important towards our growth and development. We must pay attention closely with an analytical mind and understand, why am I attracting this person or situation into my life right now? Put on your scientist hat and go deep within to understand the chemistry and physics toward your own self-study. So basically what I'm saying here is the encounters and people we come across daily, or if it's not just people, situations that we have brought up for ourselves within our own minds, within our own hearts. It's for us to re-examine ourselves. People that we come in contact with are a reflection of what we are magnifying out into the world. Mind you, our souls and spirits are energy fields that are electrical. So those electrical fields extend out, and whatever you're thinking and feeling, that energy or that aura or that bubble around us, it extends out and attract those situations for us, or allow us to see more of us, to examine more of us and how this person is meant to be in my life for the moment. If not the moment, for the rest of my life. What is our purpose together? What are they here to teach me? What is it I need to understand and overstand about myself? And the reason why I'm not using understand, because a lot of times when we understand, we still don't get it. So overstanding is like bending over into a microscope and examining the most delicate, tiniest pieces of our cell, dissecting it and examining those specks and bringing them back together into the whole until we fully gather what it is we need to see. And I hope you got this part of what I was trying to explain in this slide. So let's move on. So the purpose of reflecting on past behaviors is for us to analyze the whole idea for inner alchemy, which is a process of mutating from old outdated mindsets and habits that are no longer suitable during our transformations. And I may have used some words that some of you may not understand, but alchemy is like what some people may have called in the past magic. Magically changing ourselves from what we don't like to what we would love unconditionally to be, to see within ourselves. Some people may call it the glow up, but that's more external, because what's the purpose in changing the outer you and you still feel miserable within? Misery loves company. And that's something I experienced here recently. As I would love for us to understand is You may have conflict with someone else, and it may be your fault. You can apologize to them all you want, but if they don't get it, if they don't accept it, it's not for you to hold on to and continuously feel guilty because somebody else isn't accepting of your apology. That's the most you can do, is to face your pain and apologize for hurting another. But the most awesome thing you could also do is to accept that and forgive yourself. And with forgiving yourself, you have caused a chain reaction to transforming an inner glow up within yourself. Alchemy is the process of transforming and changing the chemistry or the physics, the compounds within yourself to create on a mental and emotional level a different you that you are looking to be and experience an inner, let's say Shangri-La, or inner paradise, harmony and happiness. So this alchemy is not something that you're going to transform physically, which you can do that through physical exercise, what you put into the body to maintain that healthy physical glow. But we are also talking about a mental and a mental intuitive, as well as an emotional alchemy. Change how you feel about yourself and what you think about yourself. So the dark night of the soul has been for me a dark, gruesome, and inhale experience on my soul. Yet in the same breath, coming out of it is like a self-enlightening and blissful experience in my growth. So some of you may not call it the dark night of the soul. Some of you may call it a deep depression. But some of you do not know how to come out of that depression. And the way to come out of that depression is to know. Sometimes if you don't know that you can come out of it, you just drop deeper and deeper. But sometimes we have to be told there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's in your own mind and how you feel. Your mind is telling you emotionally, it's telling your heart to stay there. You may have to coach yourself verbally or internally to walk out or to climb out of that bucket with the other crab. Surround yourself with beautiful music, some beautiful experiences, beautiful thoughts. You have to see in your own mind's eye pictures of you being in something much better. And know that it takes time. It's taken me some years to get to this point. And in some cases, depending on what the topic of my depression, it may take me seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, or a few months. It all depends on what the situation is, because we deal with different situations differently. You know, as far as romantic relationships, for some, it may be so emotional and so hard to pick ourselves back up from that. But remember, let me say this, what you put on yourself, how you think about yourself is going to determine how you come out of a situation. If I think I will never be happy, then you will never be happy. But I'm going to be happy. And I'm not going to keep, I'm going to make sure, because see, notice how I just changed my word. I just use, I'm not going to, but I want to say, I am going to make sure that I push forward with a mindset that is going to allow me to grow and crawl up out of the quicksand that's trying to keep me down. Sometimes we feel like how we're feeling and what we're thinking, we want to come out, but we want to delve deep into our feelings and just mope around in those feelings. And of course, I'm doing my best to explain what some of us go through. Sometimes we let our feelings get the best of how we think. Sometimes we got to move around. Sometimes we got to get out in nature. For some of us, we need to be around people. Some of us, we feel like we want to go to the moon and never come back. Because a lot of times we get ourselves in certain situations and feeling, we feel like we can't move. We can't work. How are we going to make this money so that we can keep going? And sometimes you may have to find people, places, and things to help us in financial situations to pull us out of situations. And I can make, because sometimes I'm so I'm so much that person where my misery does not love company, and I don't like to bother other people with my problems. And I'll find it, I'm telling myself it's hard for me to go to other people. But if I keep telling myself it's hard to go to other people, then it's going to be hard for me to go to other people to ask them if they could help me out. And sometimes you can't go to your own family because they feel some kind of way about us. Sometimes we got to find a stranger. But we just got to find help somehow. And I'm not just talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself because I'm going through this right now. Financially, I'm finding it hard to, and I got to stop telling myself I'm finding it hard, but I got to find a way or someone that I can reach out to when I think, when I put it in my head, it is something that I can't do. But if I keep telling myself I can't, then guess what? I won't make a move to do anything. So what I need to do is keep sitting there telling myself, okay, I need to reach out and ask for help. Who am I going to reach out to? Please help me or send me someone that I can talk to, that Most High, or for those who are not believers of the universe coming to our rescue, or spirit guides, or our ancestors who have crossed over, who's still standing and waiting on us to call out for help, then the best thing you do, just look through your phone book, get on your internet, and just say, hey, just talk to a stranger. Jump on your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, this is what I'm doing. This is my therapy. I'm reaching out to you. And I've been doing it for so long. Yes, I need the help. So this is my therapy to help me. It's to talk about it. It's to let you know I'm not the best of the best of the best. Yet I'm working and want to be the best of the best of the best. So I have to say to myself right now, I am activating the best of the best of the gods and goddess within me to help me. Other people's opinions and ideas towards us are their own judgment that is meant for them and how they would want to be, or how they process their situation for themselves. To intuitively tune into our thoughts and feelings for ourselves at that moment of judgment is to remain true to our own ideas and rights for self, or give ourselves some time to listen within before we accept the opinions and judgments of others. So what I'm trying to say here, sometimes people will tell you what they think or what somebody else thinks. You may think they're the best person in the world. They're the most nicest person. But remember, nice people, good people have opinions. And sometimes because we've all been programmed and influenced to live a certain life, think a certain way due to institutions that we go to. If you haven't been homeschooled and been supported in your own way of thinking, and you were pushed out there into institutions to have others be that influence over you, then when someone have an opinion of you, you may not understand how to ignore their opinions and go inside and listen to the voice or intuitive, heartfelt feelings of your own to guide you. Because we have that power, whether you realize it or not. We have been separated by outside influences and powers and people who want to control the world, and people that we don't know. We may have felt it, we may have heard our own thoughts, but ignore it because we've been told that's not the way to go. Don't go inside. Pay attention to the outside opinions. Listen to our judgments of you. And this is why you've been condemned. This is why the child in you can't grow. This is why you don't seek therapy within. We look outside of ourselves. And it's not to say it's not okay to seek therapy outside of ourselves, but let that be your decision and not your first decision to seek help outside. Your first decision is for you to reflect back into you first. And then if you can't figure it out, seek out other tools to assist you, depending on what you feel is right within your beliefs about yourself. And because when I say other tools, you know, some people may not find tools that are helpful. They might find other people that are helpful, but you have to beware when you seek out other people. Are they truly about your growth? Are they really about you? And they're not utilizing their own opinions? Are they asking you the right questions so that you can think for yourself? See, because it's a process. Because sometimes when you go within yourself to find the answers within yourself, how you start that process is asking yourself questions, questioning your inner guide. Okay? Because you do not want to be manipulated. Trust, I have, and still have. My own family has done it a lot to me and allowed me, and I have allowed myself to blame myself. Well, of course, I can only blame myself. But I have allowed myself, because I did not know, not to allow myself to be influenced in such manner. Because, and I'm not blaming my family, I'm not blaming my friends, because it's trickled down. It's a genetic thing or a traditional thing because of the process that happened long time ago that allowed us to fall from grace, from our own grace. And now we got to get back to our own grace and grow within. But you have to start somewhere, and why not start with self? Because like I said, that glow up is just an outer image. The most important glow up will come from within. So while studying our own thought processes and listening to the voice of how we feel is like bringing logic and intuition together to negotiate a compromise that agrees with our spirit and soul, which is the next level of connection towards tapping into our authentic self, which is the spiritual being that we truly are, and before existing within our human avatar, or what you call our physical bodies. So I already went over this. Sometimes we need to be alone. People think, oh, I can't be alone. That's because you said you can't. Because you've been programmed to think and feel that you can't be alone. Do you know the beauty, the diamond, the most precious moments in your life is in that moment of being alone? And I'm not saying being lonely. There's a difference. Because to be alone is the decision that you make to spend with yourself, to go within yourself, to hear yourself. A lot of people are afraid to do that, so I've heard, and so I've experienced, but I've conquered and love time spent alone. Because the truth of who you are comes out and comes up. And a lot of us are afraid to face our own demons, our own shadow. Let me not say demons. Maybe that's a harsh word to use or put on ourselves. Because you have to know, when you become the lowest of yourself, you can attract those demons and they can take over you. So instead of allowing these things to take over you because you're not willing to take over you and be alone with your shadow self and have moments with your shadow self and admit, I'm toxic. I've done some things that I didn't even realize I have been an hindrance, a trauma, or a trigger to others outside of myself. But you got to be able to see it in yourself, to be able to go to others outside of yourself and be able to say, oh my gosh, I'm so apologetic. I feel so hurtful that I have hurt you. And like I said, if the next person that you feel that you've hurt is not willing to accept it, be accepting of that. The next person to forgive, if that person is not willing to forgive, because you have no control of how they feel and what they want for themselves about you. All you can do is accept that, overstand and understand that maybe their trauma, their hurt, their pain is so detrimental that they don't want you in their life no more. And it's okay. Because now you need to go and heal and work on you so that the next person you come in contact with, there's no more hurt and pain you can put on them. You have to allow them to move on so that you can move on. Because sometimes it takes allowing the other person to move on and accepting their truth for them and the way they want to heal themselves may also help you to move on. You can't help but to move on. Some of us get so angry and we allow something to take over us instead of us taking over us. And we do something so drastic that we live to regret it. That's why I'm saying, don't allow what you're going through to affect another person that may put you in a position that you will regret for the rest of your life. Or put you in a position where you have to leave this life due to immature decision that you had to make or that you made. And then you have to come back and repeat this life, but in a worse situation than what you are in. Some of us got to learn to accept the pain of losing and just get over and through that pain. It's not forever. Some of you may think you're weak, but that's because you're thinking it. You think you can't do it. That's because you're thinking it and you're feeling it. The mind is the gun. The feelings is the bullet. Because that feeling can overwhelm what you're thinking. Get in control of you. Stop trying to control other people. Control you. Master you. What's this called right here? Self-study. It's the best adventure you will have than outside of yourself. So, lastly but not least, the result of all of this studying and transforming brings us to being in control, like gods and goddesses, of our own process. We then become the creators of our own creations, which may bring about turmoil and hate from others that disagree with us taking control of our own development. This will cause separations within relationships, families, and friendships that may fall completely apart as we seek to discover ourselves and separate from trends and or programs that may also cause pain within ourselves, which is also like a death of our ego and an ending of the old self and way of being in the world. Yes, it's going to cause you some enemies when you change to better yourself. You may get some enemies, but it's okay. Just understand those inner me, the inner me that you used to be is not ready to be the newer me, the nooner me. The inner me is stuck at the level of status that you're trying to get away from, so that you can be the nooner me. Okay? And in that process, you're going to lose people that you thought loved you. And they do love you because they want to be able to make that climb up the mountain with you, but they're not in shape for it. They didn't prep for it, but you got to prep for it. Just know that many are called, few are chosen. Many are called to come to the mountain, but only a few who's been prepping and training for this moment will be able to climb up that mountain. And as you climb up that mountain, reflecting back on the preparation and training, it's going to hurt even you. It's going to be a death within you. Have you ever worked out in the gym and later on that day or the next day, you felt the pain of that training? It's an emotional pain. It's a mental pain. And sometimes with your mind and how you feel can cause physical dis-ease. But as long as you have knowledge of the process and what to do and how to go about it, you just have to close your eyes and remind yourself, I was told this was going to happen. I was told this. I'm glad someone forewarned me. I'm glad I got the instruction package just in time. Just in time. Just know, as children, we may not feel that we have control over our lives. We may feel like life is hard while we're children. And some of those bad habits may come with us as when we become adults. But I'm going to tell you my experience. When I was a child going through these things, I couldn't wait until I become an adult. And a lot of our parents and people may have said, don't grow up so fast. No, we don't want to grow up so fast. But we understand and understand that once we become adults, we can take back control of our lives and do what we want to do outside our parents and or guardians' homes. And yeah, we may have moments where we don't like our parents or guardians or whoever it is. We may not like them. But there's no need to go and try to make them feel more miserable than what they're already feeling. Because they must have felt miserable putting you through their misery. Yes, when it came to my children, I felt miserable because I did not know what to do because I had to do it alone. I was a single mom. And as much as I kept apologizing, I kept making mistakes. because I kept trying to figure it out. I was so afraid to go and ask for help because I thought I would be looked down upon. And people would point the finger and blame me and take my children or imprison me. All kinds of things came to me. I did the best I could do with the knowledge and information I had in front of me. And the only reason why I felt afraid and had those thoughts was because that's the influence I had and programming I had. Oh, you better not go tell nobody. Or what, giving me these scare tactics to be alone or lonely in my struggle to do the right thing, not only for my family or my children, but for myself. I had lost myself in relationships, in family, asking for help. And there were times I asked for help, tell people what was going on, but yet I even experienced people judging me. So even though they may have been right, it made me feel even worse. So at some point in our lives, we got to learn to listen to how to feel and how to really pay attention to what really, truly is going to make me feel good about myself without harming or bringing any kind of harm, bad traumas to others. Some of us want to say it's not easy, but it's not hard. It may just be a long journey that some of you are too tired to take, but have to find it within yourself to start prepping and training to taking steps, little steps. If you can walk to your kitchen and open a refrigerator to make you a meal, you can take those same steps to the kitchen to making sure that you're putting the right meal within you, to taking the right steps just to walk a little bit, a little longer, take a longer walk, to working off the bad gut, the bad fat that's we've been holding so long within us. Stop trying to be like everybody else and be yourself. Enjoy yourself. Do you realize the adventure that you can have from within? Okay, good people, I want to thank you again for the love and support. If you would like to make an appointment for a one-on-one coaching session or to book a speaking event with me, you may contact me at my email and information that's shown here on the Instagram and Facebook. Please remember to like, share this video and subscribe. And let's be on this journey together. There's other things that I do offer, and I probably have included within this video. Some of my other skills that I use to make money that I felt was positive, a positive way to make money that I know that will positively make you feel good about giving your money to invest in something for yourself. This is about a better investment for each of us to grow. Again, I'm not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think And it's not really what I want. But are you ready to think for yourself and take control of your life? Peace. Hi, my name is AnitaYarbrough, and I am your holistic healing life coach and counselor. I bring to you today my signature programs based on healing transformations that align purpose. My first signature program, self-authentication based healing. This paradigm shifting and transformative based program is designed to share life experiences due to the changing times we're in to assert your self authenticating willpower. In this program, you will learn the importance of healing to help lead the way towards understanding a new age mindset that promotes creative, holistic living for unlocking your purpose. Transform and align with your purpose in any area you choose. Within these changing times, by trying a new approach to tasks and or activities to gain courage and confidence. Feel free to accept the changes in the world and experience the new, real you without judgment from yourself and others. Learn to accept uncontrollable circumstances. Let go of the past and activate a new you. Overcome blockages on your way towards your newfound freedom after attending this life-changing presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn the difference between using logic and intuition, understand how your belief systems influence your authenticity. Learn the importance of balancing your light and dark psyche. Use mental and emotional coping techniques to transcend traumas and pain to start the healing process. Gaining self-acceptance to heal through self-talk and expression. My second signature program is lifestyle-based healing. This life-building and knowledge-based program is designed to help you succeed in the next phase of transformational growth during these changing times to enhance your development. In this session, you will learn how to tap into your natural survival resources and following the intuitive influences that open your eyes to new pathways of living, achieve greater results, and supercharge your mission by creating a new lifestyle. You will come to understand how to discipline your body, your mind, and spirit to prepare the unexpected and expected changes in your life, inside and out. Inspire others to do the same. Become efficient and improve functionality after this enlightening presentation. After this program, you will be able to learn what your limits are towards change, learn how to replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify your stress triggers and traumas, to make changes and self-heal. Learn about inner and outside influences that affect your lifestyle. Understand how good health practices establishes great wealth to enhance a certain lifestyle. Learn the importance of your survival and creating your new life and what it takes to sustain a new lifestyle. Expose your toxicities before incorporating new lifestyle changes. Now, this third signature program is my communication-based healing. This mind enriching session will teach you how to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings. Demonstrate many ways to communicate your subconscious mind to gain control of your life. The strategies in this portion of the program will fine-tune your communication skills within these changing times by using your childlike imagination to promote healing and find your confidence to better express yourself. Learn how to analyze the communication style of others, which better helps with understanding how to communicate. So after this presentation, you will be able to achieve a life of mastery that is limitless. So after this program, you will be able to learn to listen to your true voice, to break your own hypnotic spell, learn importance of self-talk, creatively express your imagination to welcome in the healing process, learn and understand different communication styles, find out how to communicate commands to your subconscious mind to create change. Now, this last signature program is community-based healing. This approach into the community dynamics during these times of change will alter your reality to identify patterns in situations and know when to seek solutions. Learn the positives and negatives of comparisons and judgments that are used within your environment or community. Learn tactics to break away from the trends within your environment and community that are presently not realized as mind control tools. Learn manifestations for your ideal environment or community, which can influence and become impressionable to others. Before this presentation ends, it will empower your every move. So after this program, you will be able to understand how to manifest your needs and wants, recognizing patterns that will create solutions for a better change, learn how to recognize individuals of bad or good influence in your space, understand how making peace with yourself can become a masterpiece for an ideal community, create better habits and practices that will help you attain the peace you so desire, and design and create a space that cannot be compared to others. I would like to thank you for taking time out in your busy day and joining me or sitting with me in learning more about my signature programs. As I always tell others, I am not here to make you think like me. I just want you to think. Again, thank you and have a great rest of your day.